Hey, so obviously it has been a very busy week for me uploading. I was actually originally planning on taking today off to focus on the next video, which I am still working on at the same time, but a thought occurred to me and I decided I wanted to go through with it. Look, obviously I have been extremely fortunate to get my hands on a Switch OLED this early, being able to make content, and really just being a fan of Nintendo stuff and being able to have my hands on the system this soon has just been a really cool and wild experience. And the fact of the matter is, my original pre-order that I made that's coming out on October 8th is still locked in. And so I want to pay some of that good luck forward, and that other Switch that I have locked in, I'm just going to give it away. And the way we're going to do it is, if you're watching this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and down below in the comments, let us know either a Twitter or Instagram profile that you have so we have an easier way of contacting you. And 2 weeks from now, we will pick a random comment from down below to be our winner, contact them, and send it on out. If you haven't seen the other videos I've been putting up so far and you just found your way to this one, basically what's going on here is somehow, I really don't know how, a bunch of Switch OLEDs ended up making their way to some stores already, and I was able to find and grab one. So this morning, I woke up to a bunch of tweets of people talking about, oh wow, the Switch OLED looks so good in video, and I was like, what are you all talking about? And apparently a bunch of Switch OLEDs just launched early, as has happened in the past. Switch Lite had that, for instance. Lo and behold, Switch OLED, about an hour away. So, you know, 2-hour round-trip drive for a basically 2-week early Switch OLED? That works for me. And with that, I've so far done 3 other videos, unboxing it, because that's, you know, obviously a straightforward thing to do. I did my 24-hour impressions with it, just playing it, not really focusing on the comparison aspects just yet with other Switches, just playing it, having fun with it. And then most recently, I did a Q&A video answering some of the very specific questions a lot of people had in regards to things like what accessories still or no longer work with this version of the system, maybe other odd little differences that aren't being talked about quite as much yet, now that I actually have, you know, hands-on experience with it. And so check all those out. I actually have a playlist now made with all of the Switch OLED content we'll be doing, and I have more planned to come. Obviously, the big one is comparing this to the other model of Switches we already have and whether or not I think it's worth upgrading, or if you haven't bought a Switch yet, which one you should look for. I haven't actually decided yet if I'm going to do one big video where it's like all 3 systems together, or if I'm going to do one focusing on more just this versus the red box and original Switch, and then another one focused on the Switch Lite. I think there are some important differences between, you know, why you might be interested in one or the other. And then while I'm trying to do a lot of videos this week, I have a couple other ideas that are going to go up next week that are maybe a little more tutorial-y, helping make sure you guys are prepped and ready for those of you that are thinking of getting a Switch OLED, everything to make sure that you kind of safely bring all your stuff over from your current model over to a new one. You know, I've always wanted this channel to be kind of one that's focused on just gaming in general, and so you'll see me talk about Xbox and PlayStation on occasion, but it's pretty hard to deny that part of the reputation that's been built up is definitely Switch associated. The original launch of the Switch is what really helped a lot of my channel growth, and it's no surprise that consistently any Nintendo video I do just easily outdoes anything Xbox or PlayStation. And so having the opportunity to really work with this system and do a bunch of content right away has been really exciting. And obviously it's also just been doing really well for the channel. In particular, a kind of really long-running joke that some of you might be aware of if you've been watching the channel for a while is that I always say that when the channel hits 1 million subs, I'm gonna finally remove the beanie because people always ask about it. So yeah, I mean, we're getting a big boost right now, and if you guys want to help us get along that way to, you know, finally do that big reveal, it's a good time to help give a little surge. Really, more than anything, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been hopping on this wild ride that's been going on the past couple of days. I really didn't know this is how my week was going to go. This is all stuff that happened Monday morning, and it's been nonstop since. There's been a lot of wild good reception. I mean, not only have videos just gotten good views, but the like ratios are some of the highest they have ever been, and I really appreciate that from you guys. Truth be told, aside from the occasional Q&A videos, I'm not always the most on top of interactivity with the audience. I've been trying more and more this year with social media. Honestly, it's just not a thing that's ever worked my brain very easily. I find it a lot easier to just throw myself into making a video, put that up, and go on to the next one. But seeing the reactions that have been going on to these last couple, I really do appreciate it, and it does mean a lot to me. even if I don't always say that often. As for the content that's still on its way, I kind of mentioned this in the Q&A video. I'm probably not going to do another dedicated Q&A for all those very specific questions, but please, if you guys do have any other things you're curious about that haven't been covered in those other videos yet, let me know either on those videos or in the comments down below here. There's always more stuff that, even if I'm not going to do a dedicated Q&A video, might bring to attention things that I haven't thought of testing yet for the comparison video, and I really do want to make sure I cover as much stuff as I can. One of the really surprising things with this system is that it is very easy to kind of write off and be like, oh, it's the new Switch, and yeah, the only real difference is OLED screen, which is partially true, but there actually are a few other differences going on in the body that I wasn't really expecting. And as more questions come up, there's more little things where I'm like, yeah, I mean, this is mostly the same, but also a little bit different. So yeah, with all that said, if you are interested in trying to win that other Switch OLED, please make sure to subscribe and comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, which I know was a little more of just kind of a giveaway announcement / heart-to-heart about just how wild this week's been, drop a like as well. I have now created a playlist for all this Switch OLED content, so make sure to follow along with that if you're looking forward to any other coverage coming up soon, and I will see you guys in another video later.